right, you guys, good afternoon, good afternoon. Have a little technical difficulty back there a second ago. You love them and you hate them at the same time. Technology, guys. Welcome back, Elaine Proby, CEO of PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, and tips from Elaine's desk. All right, so we're going to have a wonderful time today. We're going to talk about how to eliminate distractions. And I know a lot of us need to hear this, especially me. I need this information, all right? So we're going to talk about how to eliminate distractions. A lot of us, I'm sure, are suffering from just being distracted on a regular basis, sometimes all day long, maybe in the beginning of our day. So when you get easily distracted, we want to know what causes distraction. And for the most part, they think that stress causes distraction. Sometimes we try to multitask and we try to do so many things at the same time and we don't really get anything done. And I know a lot of us are guilty of doing that because I do that all the time. All right. And then, for the most part, you have to be able to stay focused. And we're going to talk about ways to eliminate distraction. All right. So a lot of times we have trouble concentrating and people think that trouble concentrating is because of stress. And who knows? Sometimes we're stressing and we don't think we are. But if you have trouble concentrating, that could be one of those reasons. So let's talk about 3 ways that you can eliminate distractions. All right. So let's jump right into this. Hi, Rod. Thanks for jumping on here. Let's jump into these points today. The first one is you want to be able to identify and prioritize your task. Okay, so we're talking about staying on task. We're talking about not being easily distracted. Identify and prioritize your task, guys. So that's the very first point that I want to make today. Now, you have to prioritize it based on importance. Okay, it's okay. Make a list. And I said it's okay to have a to-do list, right? I still do to-do lists every single day. It's okay to have a to-do list and prioritize the things that needs to be done first. Let's just start our day there. This will help us to stay on track. We're going to avoid priority tasks that are the same. Let's say you have 2 things that you feel need to be done first. Determine which one you need to do first so you don't have 2 things at the same time that you prioritize. So just determine which task needs to be done first. So you want to do that. And if there are tasks that you can delegate the task. Don't think that you have to do everything. That's the other part. Because when you're thinking that you have to do everything, what happens? It just seems like it's too much and then we get distracted. Sometimes we absolutely just go off and do absolutely nothing because now it seems like it's too much to accomplish. All right. So you want to delegate it. And again, like I said, make that to-do list. What happens with the to-do list, it kind of keep you on track. And then at the end of the day, whatever didn't get done, go back into tomorrow's to-do list, right? And it's okay if you didn't get it all done. Don't beat up on yourself if you didn't get it done. Take it to the next day. Once you take it to the next day, prioritize that list again because some things on the list the day before may not be priority on today's list. So this is super important. And then you can adjust the priority list as you go along. But one thing that you must do, guys, if you create a to-do list, you try to stick to that list, it will keep you a lot more centered, right? So that's the first point today. Identify and prioritize. First point today keeps you more centered and keep you on track. All right. So, hey, Brianna Wood, thanks for jumping in here. Lorna Smith, thank you for the hearts. Yes. Thank you guys for jumping in. Alric Wright, thank you for jumping in. Alric got something long that I need to put my glasses on so I can see. I just love to listen to you and watch your beautiful face. Have a wonderful day. Still pretty. Thank you, Alric. Thank you so much. Thanks for jumping in here. Hello, Brianna Wood. Yes. So we're talking about how to eliminate distractions. And I know we can all use this because I get easily distracted. You guys don't think I do. Second point today, time blocking. This is super important. You have to utilize time blocking techniques. So you allocate specific time slots for certain tasks, right? So if something needs to be done before noon, make sure that's the first thing you do in the morning. So you say, I'm going to start this when I start my day at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m., whatever time your day starts. Allocate a couple hours, however long you think it's going to take you to complete those tasks. Allocate the time for it. Because see, what happens is this keeps us in control. So if we said we're going to spend a couple hours in this, guess what? We're going to make sure that we try to finish that task so we won't be distracted. Because if you get distracted, then you waste time. And then, of course, you won't finish the task in that time span. And then you, once again, you're going to be out of control for the day. All right. So Time blocking, super important. This will keep us on track. Make sure that we do things within a specific time. Don't try to fit too many tasks in the day. So let's not say we have 10 things on our to-do list and we're going to get it all done today by 5 p.m. Let's be realistic, because now you put so much stress on yourself, because now you're telling yourself you have to do all this stuff in a day, and that's not realistic. So let's make sure that at least we have realistic settings of the time slots that we're going to get accomplished in that day. It is okay if things doesn't get done, guys. Don't beat up on yourself. I'm saying this, I don't know how many times we need to hear this, but it's so easy for us to beat up on ourselves if we feel like we doesn't get something done in the time span, and all of a sudden it takes over and your whole mind and body goes to a whole nother space. And this is what we do. We are all guilty. Okay, so don't try to fit too many tasks in that time frame. Be realistic when you set that. And I think once you dedicate tasks to a certain time, and this is what I have to do as well. I have to say that I'm going to spend, sometimes some task is the whole day. Based on what that task is, I know at my desk, there are things that it will take me a day to do, because I got to really concentrate on it. I really got to focus on it, and it's going to take a few hours, and I got to put my mind on it. So that's the only thing I have on my desk that day that I am going to finish. It's okay if it's only one task, but if that task needs the day, dedicate the day to the task, guys. Get it done, and don't be distracted, because what happens, you won't get that task done, and it flows over into all the other stuff on your list. All right, so that is my second point. Cognac, thanks for jumping in. Beyond Bud said yes, time blocking. I have to focus. right. Hour for work, and that's perfect. This helps us to stay on track. So today we're talking about how to eliminate distractions. We can all attest to being distracted on a daily basis. Cognac, thanks for jumping in here. And we do this on every minute. I mean, I could be distracted every 10 minutes. So the third point, this is super important, guys. This is what we have to focus on. Develop self-discipline. Third point, self-discipline. Oh my God. You got to strengthen self-discipline by practicing habits that promote focus and productivity. All right. Now we have to set boundaries, meaning that if this is what we got to do, we set those boundaries. We're not going to have anything take us off course. We have to discipline ourselves to stick to the script. This is what I call it. Stick to the script, guys. Easy to go off script. Let's stick to the script, right? You have to stick to that routine. You have to be consistent with your work habits. Develop work habits that you have to be consistent with. If you don't do this again and you don't try to discipline yourself, once again, you go off track, and here we are distracted and nothing gets done for the end of the day, and we feel totally unaccomplished. And then once again, that can bring stress, right? Because we didn't do things we needed to do. All right. So you have to exercise self-control. Don't spend time on unproductive tasks. Oh, that is so easy to do. We could spend so much time on something that is just not bringing any result that we need. But then, of course, we're doing it anyway. And, of course, it throws everything else off that we should be doing. Right? Hi, Joan. Thanks for jumping in. Good afternoon. How are you? Afternoon, Miss Proby. All right. So exercise self-control, guys. Don't spend time on unproductive tasks. And why do you need to exercise self-control? In life, we have to do it in order for us to reach our goals. We have to. Okay, we have to have self-control in order for us to reach your goal. Some of us sometimes, look, we are so guilty. Sometimes we only want to do things that we love to do. Yes, how many of you guys are guilty of this? I want to do stuff that you just love to do. This is fun. This is exciting. And this is all I want to do. But then there are stuff that we need to do that is boring sometimes, very dull, very boring. But those things sometimes that is dull and boring that we need to do are the things that's going to get us closer to those goals in order for us to have a positive impact on the outcome, right? So we have to do those things. We can't just sit on the things that we just enjoy and not, really accomplish the goal that we set out to accomplish. So this is where self-discipline and self-control comes into play, and we do the things that needs to be done, not just the things that we want to do that makes us excited. Hey, Lerna, how are you doing? She said, that's right. So guys, let me recap this. Hit like and share on this video. We're so guilty of how to eliminate distractions. I know I'm distracted on a daily basis. I call it preoccupied. I'm doing so many different things and then nothing is being done. All right, so let's go back and what this learner said, true that. True that. All right, let's go over how to eliminate distractions again. This is what happens. We have trouble with focusing sometimes, trouble concentrating. You know, sometimes it could be stress and other things, too many tasks all at once. We think it's just too much to get done. And so here we go. We do absolutely nothing. First point today, guys, we want to identify and prioritize our task. Make a to-do list. I still do it. To do that, you can do it the old-fashioned way. You can do it on the computer, the phone, or whatever. I write mine on a notepad. Make a to-do list. Follow that so you have some type of structure. And it's okay if you don't get it all done. And then you just start over the next day and add the stuff that you didn't do on the new list. Second point, time blocking. Schedule specific time to get certain tasks done. You know how long it's going to take you to do certain things, especially if it's something that you do on a regular basis. So you can just estimate the time and give yourself enough time to get it done so you don't feel pressured. And if you don't get it done, you're not really stressed out about it. Okay. So block out the time, 2 hours for this task. This should take me an hour. This one should only take 3 hours. Don't try to do everything in one day. Again, like I said, sometimes I have a task that I know it's a day. So this day, I'm just dedicating it to get this done, okay? And when you do that and you get it done, you feel so much better, feel so much accomplished. Third point, develop self-discipline. And this is where we can't just do the things that we want to do, that excites us, and we're happy doing that stuff. And, you know, oh my God, this is amazing. And then you get to some stuff that is very boring, very dull, that needs to be done, which is what has to be done in order for us to reach those goals. But because it was just kind of dull, we kind of put it off and we kind of don't want to do it. But it is the most important thing that's going to bring a positive outcome to whatever our goals are, right? So those are my 3 points. How to eliminate distraction. If you guys have any more points you want to make on this or any other comments, put it in the chat. We can all use this. I know you guys are always being distracted on a regular basis. I'm telling you, as much work as I have, I am constantly distracted. All right, and have to stay focused. So those are my 3 points today, and that brings me to, all right, hit like and share on this video. Yes. So that brings me to the business power brunch, right? This right here is going to allow you and give you clarity in order to take your business to the next level, guys. We had one. It was very successful. This is beautiful. Strategies as you learn for business success so you can take your business to the next level. We're going to talk about funding. We're going to talk about how you can market and brand your business, right? Everybody needs to know this. How do you find your right audience so you can work and make more money in your business? How to get funding for it? How to stay in compliance. This is true. Some people, business is just, you know, they go to business, they eliminate a lot of stuff that they need to do to keep their business compliance. And of course, it costs them so much money. We don't want that to happen. We don't want you to have tax problems before you even get off the ground, all right? All this stuff. And if you have any questions, you get them answered on this spot. Okay, so make sure that you go to elainesdesk.com. Sign up for this power brunch. The information is free. You could just come and get the information, get all your questions answered. If you would like the brunch, you pay for the brunch. Go to elanesdesk.com. There's going to be a local police restaurant. And what am I trying to say? Spend. All right. So this is going to be super amazing. I'm going to look forward to doing this one, of course. So go to elanesdesk.com and sign up. If you are still a little confused, a little concerned, a little bit of, I don't know what to do with my LLC and I don't know what to do with my business and what's the next step and should I file? I get this all the time. Should I even file taxes? I started it last year. I didn't even know what I'm supposed to do. If you're confused about any of this stuff, guys, go to PROBY'S.com. Book yourself a 15-minute free consultation on the calendar and or call the office at 323-290-9034. Book a 15-minute free consultation with me. I'll be happy to talk to you. All right. And with that said, if you got to get your taxes done, if you haven't started your business yet, if you're a sole proprietor, you want to know, should I start an LLC or an S Corp? Which one is better? Which one has the best tax advantage? I can answer those questions for you. PROBY'S Tax and Accounting can get all of your taxes done, all of your accounting, payroll, set up your LLC, all that good stuff. No matter where you are, we can get it done. Everything is done virtually. All right, so that's it. I think stay tuned every Tuesday and Thursday, and we'll be right back here with more information. Again, hit like and share on this video. And let me see, I think Norman Strong said something else in here. Social media is the biggest distraction. We spend a lot of time scrolling. Yep, it is. It is. And you know what? I have to admit to that too. Sometimes I'm there just to do one or two things, and before I know it, I'm all over the place, and then I'm looking at some video. You are so right. Social media, biggest distraction. Before we spend more time on what we need to do, now we spend a whole lot of time watching and listening and looking at stuff that it's not going to help us in any way, shape, or form. And it's not going to bring any money to you guys. Don't spend too much time on it, okay? So join me here again every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. With that said, this is, of course, Thursday afternoon, getting here to the end of the week. So with that said, I want you guys to have a fabulous weekend. You guys have a beautiful rest of your Thursday afternoon. I can't get this right. Have a fabulous weekend. Take care of each other and take care of yourself. See you back here next week.